Okay, I've bought these bracelets. They look fabulous. Look at them. They really are glistening. They're so lovely. I've also bought a mould that will work, because you don't want the moulds that have got like the little sort of sticky uppy bit there, so that it creates a hole for when you put your bezels and things together, and when you hang things on it, because you want it to be without a hole. So I bought this special mould so that I can make things that haven't got holes in for things like this bracelet. So the one that I think is going to work is that one. That's sort of about the right size, I think. So we're going to have a go at making a couple of these. There's 4 on this mould here, so I'm going to make 4 different things, different tops for the bracelets, and we'll see what they look like. They're stunning like they are, but obviously they're not finished, so it's going to be interesting to see how they come out. So I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to try an experiment. First of all, I'm going to use rings in there, and I'll show you what I mean now. So I've got this box of jump rings, but they're a little bit special. I'll put all the links to all these things. Most of them are from Amazon or Temu, and I thought they were really pretty, and I thought that maybe if I dropped one of those in there, that could look quite pretty. Obviously we've got to stick to silver because the bracelets are silver, but imagine if we've got the resin in there and we've got the ring in, and maybe we'll do a different colour in the middle or something. So that could be interesting. And then on these 2 I'm going to really experiment, and I'm going to use nail varnish, the gel nail varnish, as a starter, because I've got some gorgeous gel nail varnish colours. So we're going to try that with 2 different colours. Okay. Right, so I'm going to put the tiniest little bit in the bottom of there, because that's where the small ring's going to be. And I'm going to put more in that one, because that's the bigger ring. So in there I'm going to put some flowers. Now I've got these gorgeous little, they're probably made from resin, but they're little flowers that you can get, and don't forget we're upside down, so a little bit of glitter, because I do like my glitter. Okay, and now we're going to put some more resin on there. Doesn't have to come right to the top, because it's going to go onto the bracelet, so it's probably better not to be quite full. And then we'll do this one. There we go. Should we have a little bit more sprinkles? Okay. Right, now we're going to cure it. Let's get our little trusty light on there, and let's cure those. Okay, now that's the beauty of having these clearish moulds, is that you can turn them over, because this is quite a deep thing and UV resin has to get right through to it. So we're going to turn the whole thing over now and do the back. Okay, I think, oh, there's one dropped out. Wow, look at that. What do you think? Is that pretty? Now that to sit on there. How gorgeous is that? Isn't that pretty? Let's see what the other one looks like. I think that one's even prettier. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Now you can stick that in there with either more UV resin, but the problem is that the UV resin wouldn't get through that metal, so you may not get a good fix. But I use a really good sort of super glue that sticks everything. You can even stick metal with it, so it's ideal for this. So I would put a few spots of that on there, and then it would stick perfectly. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Wow, it's gorgeous. Because what I did was I chose to paint the back ready for the stone to go on there in black, so that it brings it out a little bit more, so it makes it pop a little bit more. So we'll see how that looks like in a moment when that paint's dried. So while we wait for that, we're going to try the other two, and I'm going to use two gorgeous colours. The first one is this one. Now these are the type of nails that you need to put under nail varnish that you need to put under the UV light, so they're quite strong and they stay put. So I'm going to have a go with this. I hope I don't wreck my mould. I think it's covered really nicely. And then I'm going to use this gorgeous red. This is the same thing, but it's in red. It's quite dense, this one. Okay, I think we're well covered in there as well. Now, we've got a choice. We can either put the resin in now and see what happens, or we can cure this first and then put the resin in. So I think, because this needs curing, we're going to give this a little cure before we put the resin in. Okay, so now we're going to turn it over because it's quite set that side. We're going to turn it over and do the other side. Okay, let's see what we've got. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, and it didn't get stuck in the mould. That's worked perfectly. Needs a little bit of a tidy up, but that's going to work wonderfully. Now, let's have a look and see how it works. Wow, look at that. How stunning is that? And there it is with the blue. Just stick that on. Wow, really happy with those. Aren't they gorgeous? Look how gorgeous are these. Stunning, and they're so easy to make. Aren't they gorgeous? Love that blue. And then there's the red. Well, it's a sort of a pinky red, isn't it? Absolutely stunning and so easy.